This is Top Prep Sports Interviews by Sunil Sundaraj. Tonight, I'm happy to be speaking with Cade Costanzo, a senior at Bremen High School in Bremen, Georgia, and a shooting guard in the varsity basketball team. Once again, Cade, thank you so much for the opportunity. Great to be speaking with you. Congrats on your success, especially on the hardwood court. Can you talk about so far your senior year here, playing on the team and obviously putting up great numbers and putting that number one jersey on, Cade?
My senior season has been pretty good. I'm probably averaging around 18 or so points,
Mm-hmm.
about 2 boards, 2 steals, 2 rebounds, or two
Okay.
assists around that area. Our record isn't the best; it hasn't been showing, but we've been making a lot of progress, and I'm hoping we can close out the year making a big run in the region
Mm-hmm.
tournament, and just picking up some wins and showing the progress and all the hard work that we've been putting in at practice.
Yeah, no, definitely. The fact that you really have an all around game here, Cade, in terms of how you can affect, said the game in itself, in terms of your scoring, your assists, your rebounds, and then defensively with the steals. Talk about heading into your senior year in terms of working on your game and just being able to perfect it and really elevate it, to a high level, and where I said you definitely have been standing out here in terms of also your the way you can hit it from behind the arc as well.
This summer I got a lot of shots up on our gun that shoots the ball back out to you. I worked
Okay.
on a lot of more shots off the dribble. Last year I
Mm-hmm.
was primarily catch and shoot because I wasn't really that known, but now people kind of know who I am and know that I'm known for the catch and shoot. So they play up on the line. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been having to create a lot more for myself, and I've also been working on trying to create more for my teammates because if I can't get an open shot, I don't want to force one up. I want to create for my teammates and help them get shots off and just help us win.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a team sport, in terms of having all five guys on the court. I said having that chemistry, being cohesive, really knowing where you guys are in terms of spacing and just in terms of where the ball is going. I'm wondering, just in terms of when you're out there, Cade. I always ask athletes this, just in terms of what goes through your mind, when you're out there facing an opposing team. And I'm just wondering, both on the offensive end, defensive end, just what's transpiring there, just for you personally.
I try and really just block everything out and just trying to stay focused on the task at hand. But a lot of times
Mm-hmm.
I catch myself always kind of reassuring and asking coach, hey, what do we run right here? What defense are we in? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of times the crowd is loud. The student section in high school were crazy. So
Yeah.
sometimes I get sidetracked and I'm like, what did they just say? And then I get off track. But
Yeah.
I just try and stay locked in the best I can and just focus on one play at a time.
Yeah, it's terrific. Hey, I think it's great. Last year, first team all region, and you were a sixth man mostly, which is so commendable. And the fact that you were the second leading scorer on the team, 10 points per game. So talk about that. That's I find that so fascinating. The fact that you were coming off the bench and then you were still able to put up those points. Talk about that. Then, especially last year here, Kate.
I talked about it with my coach. I kind of wondered for a while why I was coming off the bench, but then we kind of came to
Mm-hmm.
the consensus that it's really better for the team and that I kind of come out I already get a feel of what's happening, what's already been happening in the game, and that I can come in, kind of
Yeah.
see what I have to do. But he thought that I came out there with a chip on my shoulder more when I came off the bench, but
Mm-hmm.
I really just came in the game and tried to prove that I should be out there, and
Mm-hmm.
my teammates set me up good, and I just got a lot of good open shots and just knocked them down.
I'm sure when you're on the bench, it provided you a great perspective because I'm sure there's certain nuances, certain tendencies that you could see from your point of view, and then once you came onto the court, be able to pick up on that and just apply it, and then go from there, go from that point on, Cade.
Yeah, it was kind of nice to kind of get a feel for the game before I really got to go out there. Just kind of
Mm-hmm.
sit back and see how they're playing defense, if they're playing hard, pressing, stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, no, that's great. Hey, let's just talk about, I mean, the fact that you've been playing sports since you were 5 years old, played a lot of travel baseball, you said, into middle school, then focused on basketball, played lacrosse as well in high school, 6+ years, varsity and JV. The fact that, you're staying, active constantly, you're never taking, time off. I find that, again, just outstanding, because the fact that you're staying in tip top shape. Talk about how, of course, baseball and now, lacrosse, how they helped you in terms of, playing basketball. I'm sure with the conditioning, aspect as well here, Cade.
I think lacrosse has definitely helped with like my strength and like physicality and
Hmm.
also conditioning. Like it's hard to stay conditioned for lacrosse. I get tired, but
Hmm.
I think baseball, playing so much baseball like all the way up through my life, I think it helped a lot with my hand-eye coordination
Hmm.
and just stuff like that. But
I think you make an excellent point there. I think a lot of people forget that is so essential when you're on the court, especially that court vision. The fact if you don't have that, some of those traits, some of those qualities could really hamper you. Kate, can you just? I mean, I'm sure that that's something you definitely, as you said, you focused in on as well. It's great. Hey, when it comes to the game of basketball, what are some of the intangibles that really stand out for you? Obviously, playing for a long time. I'm wondering, like, year after year, you come back, play the sport. What is it about the game that really makes it, like, again, so momentous for you and just memorable, just in terms of, I mean, you obviously want to continue this, going into college, but for you right now, what is it about the game?
I think it's the fact that it's not always the same thing. Like
Mhm.
teams play different, you run different offenses, you run different defenses. You're not always
Yeah.
it's not like you're shooting the same shots every game. I think
Hmm.
it's like the variety of like the shots you can take and like just what all can happen throughout the game, like how much variety there is throughout it. And I just
Yeah.
love playing with my teammates. I just enjoy it.
And when you put that number one jersey on, wondering before you take it to the court, this is another thing I wanted to ask you, that in terms of that preparation, I mean, there's so much. I mean, you have the mental, you have the physical preparation, for a game. What is it for you, just to get you really amped up and really locked in terms of, when you take that court, Cade?
I feel like a lot of people like to listen to music, mostly like rap or
Hmm.
like, like kind of like pumped up music. But I really just
Hmm.
listen to like Bruno Mars and people like
Yeah.
that. I like listening to
Okay.
music though. I feel like it helps me focus in.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Also,
That's
I
true.
like talking to my coach about like the game plan and like looking over. We get scout sheets like on the other team, and I like looking over
Hmm.
that a couple times, like about 30 minutes till game time.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's an excellent, way, just in terms of being prepared and just, having that information at hand, and, knowing what the other team's strengths are, and being able to, see how you can, counter that. As I mentioned the strength and conditioning, but there's also the nutrition, there's the rest and recovery phase, phase as well. Talk about just how important that is for you, especially your senior year here. Uh, because you take a pounding, I'm sure, every game. So, and just in terms of how to get yourself and bounce back from that, and move on to the next game as well.
On game days, I usually get up and like kind of walk around. I won't do much, but like obviously I don't want to lay in bed all day and just be like all stiff. But
Yeah.
I try to do like light stuff. Like obviously don't go out and play like pick up basketball or anything like that. But I try and like just like go get some shots up in the yard, get up to the gym early and get some shots up, and then kind of relax a couple hours before. I drink a
Hmm.
lot of water and Gatorade, get the electrolytes back in me.
Yeah.
I try and eat a lot of fruit and vegetables, drink a lot of smoothies.
Hmm.
But I try and get a lot of sleep too. I feel like sleep is really important, especially like on the night before a game day.
Yeah. I think, again, to be well rested and just be, as I said, sharp. Yeah, definitely. So I'm wondering, when it comes to either college or NBA, what players you pay particular attention to, Kate, or maybe try to, like, especially with those shooting guards, any players that really stand out to you.
Devin Booker's been my favorite player since about seventh grade. I was a
Okay.
Curry kid, just a
Yeah.
classic Curry kid, all Golden State clothes,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
transitioned over to Booker. I like Kentucky in college. I've been following them a little bit this year, but they're not having a
Hmm.
great year, so I haven't been
Yeah.
watching that many games. But yeah,
That's great.
Booker is definitely my favorite player.
That's great. That's great. Hey, just while we're on, the subject, just talk about the shooting guard. Just playing that particular position. What is it about that position that really feel like you've been able to thrive in and flourish as well?
I feel like it's on whenever you're a shooting guard, it's like you have the option to run the point guard option or the forward option. So it's kind of like you're in the mix of both. But
Hmm.
I feel like as a shooting guard, you have to be vital on offense because the name shooting is literally in the
Yeah,
position.
that's true.
But
Yeah. No, that's great. That's good. Hey, as you know, Cade, it's just not being an athlete; it's being a student athlete, and you absolutely have been, as said, again excelling in the classroom. Taking AP and honors classes, ranked 15th in your class, 1250 on the SATs, 25 on your ACT. Obviously, you have that time management organization down. It's not easy. I mean, as a student athlete, so many commitments in terms of playing, sports and on the basketball team, practices, lifts, we talked about the scouting. I mean, I'm going to probably film as well, the games itself. Just talk about how, I mean, again, it's just to strike that, fine balance, but you've been able to definitely find your comfort zone. But just, I mean, let people know how, just again, I mean, how important that is for you, just to be able to, again, get those grades and, keep them up as well.
academics are really important to me. I always make sure that I have time for the gym but also time to study. I
Mm,
mean, a lot of days everybody wants to just sit down and relax and watch TV, but if I haven't gotten into the gym and had time to study, then I'll push that to the side. I mean, a lot of people
hmm.
struggle with procrastination. I feel like I'm actually pretty good at not procrastinating, just making myself get up and get things done and
Yeah.
get the studying in, get the shots in. I just love being in the gym and I love keeping my grades up. It's a goal of mine to go all throughout high school without making a B and keep all A's.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. I mean, obviously, I mean, you have the acumen. I mean, just to see that you've been curling such at Alabama, Auburn, Kennesaw State, and waiting to hear on Georgia and Georgia Tech. You want to major in architecture and building construction, industrial or engineering. I mean, that's phenomenal. I mean, just the fact that you've been able to achieve so much here in high school. I mean, it's got to feel good, on a personal basis to see, like, again, the hard work you put in. You obviously are dedicated. You have that passion. I mean, how rewarding is that for you, Cade?
It does feel really rewarding to like get my report cards, get the results I want on the court, the points per game showing. The first team all region last year really showed me that all that work was paying off.
Yeah.
Also, whenever the report cards in, it's like all that studying did paying off, and it's just real. I'm proud of myself for everything that I've accomplished.
Yeah, that's fabulous. And I wanted to ask you about Bremen High School as well, the student body, the support from them, the administration and athletic departments as well. What has that meant to you here at Bremen High School over the past 4 years?
It's been great. As a sophomore, I played a little bit of varsity and JV, but
Hmm.
we got a new our coach now came in when I was going into my junior year, and I automatically had a good relationship with him, and I still have one. He's a great coach. He's new here, but he's getting our program back headed in the right direction.
Hmm.
The teachers here at Bremen High School are amazing. They connect with the students well, and they just make sure that the students have everything they need. They don't feel out of place. They know where
Hmm.
they need to go. They know where their classrooms are. And then my students, I feel like we have some of the best students in the world. We have a massive student section at every game. A lot of people, I would say, probably close to 100 students
Wow.
every
Okay.
home
That's
game, and
great.
then some.
Yeah.
They also travel to the away games that aren't hours away, of course, but
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's again so critical to have that support, at the home games, and I'm sure it really pumps you guys up, gives you that extra boost of adrenaline, and that fuels you, to get perform at your highest on the court as well, Cade.
It feels great to see all my friends out there supporting me and everybody at the school.
Hey, I'm wondering, about those road games. Taking those bus trips. Those behind the scenes moments. With your teammates, your coaching staff. I'm sure that's something you don't take for granted. I mean, that you really that it's so meaningful, impactful that those are you cherish that. And I'm sure it's gone by so fast. But especially your senior year, you really try to soak in all those moments as well.
It's really great. But long bus rides, if people aren't asleep, we're usually coming up with games to play.
Hmm.
Our coach is always messing with us, just having those laughing moments and
Yeah.
stuff like that. We do a lot of team bonding. We have a friend's house actually who lives in Bremen, and he has like a full
Okay.
court indoor gym, and we'll go over there and have like
Wow.
dinner. We'll just play pickup. Coaches will play with us, play flag football, just do a bunch of team activities, and it's a great place to just hang out and have fun with the team.
Yeah, I that's again, that is awesome to hear because I think it really, you know, it's so stressful. And as you know, you've gone through the ups and downs, this season. And to have those moments where you can sort of kick back and, relax and take a breather. I'm sure like for all you guys, it's just, that is incredible, to be able to because it's truly a brotherhood. I think I've been taught to football players, but I think it applies to any sport. I think, and even in basketball as well. I mean, because it's a smaller team as it is. I mean, football. You may have, what, 40, 50 guys, but basketball, what, you have 10, 12 guys. I mean, it's just, it's a different, a different vibe and environment. Hey, as you know, kid, we live in a day of age of social media, highlight videos. You've definitely been able to really hone in on that, tap into that, just really like utilize it to its fullest advantage. And I wanted to ask you about that, and of course, the connection we I brought up Kevin Moses before we came on there, and I liked one of your videos. He says that you're torching the net, showcasing your triple threat scoring ability with unlimited range from deep, jaw dropping passing ability, snatching a few boards, and solid defense. Keep shining, young star. When you hear those comments from Kevin Moses, and then the fact that you're able to post your highlight videos, just tell me that again, that's something that you really are able to let people know across this country and world. Again, what you can do on the court.
The idea of social media it's crazy. A lot of parents and older people see it as like a negative, but I mean, in
Mm-hmm.
a way, it can be used as a negative, of course, but in a lot of ways, it can be used as positive. It's crazy that you
Yeah,
can just send something to like I can send something to somebody in like California and it get there in seconds. So
yeah.
it's crazy that I'm able to use my Twitter and other social medias to just get my
Mm-hmm.
highlights out to everybody everywhere. And I really appreciate Kevin Moses posting that about me. It feels really good to have those kind words come from him, and I appreciate him posting that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think he said he's just done again an amazing job just again in a way promoting athletes and getting the word out, and his the way he's able to break down said an athlete's said performance and just their skill set is just I mean, I think it really is so beneficial, and it really just in paying it forward. As you know, we you need a solid structure, a family as well, and I had to ask you about your parents, your mom and dad. You have a younger sister, Addison. Your dad is in the technology field. Your mom is a nurse practitioner. Younger sister is in sixth grade and a cheerleader. You talk about how instrumental your parents were in terms of supporting your training sessions, camps, showcases, early and late nights to train. You have a basketball court at home with lights. Just talk about what they've meant to you here during your academic and athletic journey here at Bremen High School.
My parents, obviously I've made a lot of sacrifices and, instead of hanging out with friends, I'll be in the gym and stuff like that. But it's really my
Yeah.
parents who make the most sacrifices, and I'll forever be grateful for that. They built me a concrete court in the yard because our driveway is
Wow.
so slanted.
Mm-hmm.
They paid for AAU all throughout my career. Um, took me to showcases, camps, got up early in the morning when it was still dark outside, got back late at night, got little hours of sleep just to take me to play basketball, and I really appreciate that. I have a very supportive family. My parents come to every game. My little sister comes to every game. My grandparents come,
Yeah.
aunts and uncles come, cousins come. Everybody just supports me.
Yeah, that's spectacular. To hear that you have, so many people invested, willing to support you, and but most importantly, your parents, your sister, and your grandparents. That's great. I'm wondering what life in Bremen. It said Georgia. It said you say that you're an hour west of Atlanta, near the Alabama, I think, state line. Talk about life in Bremen, Georgia, and just what it's. I mean, especially even with the high school. I'm sure the support from the community is just again is important for you here, Cade.
Bremen, it's a small town. There's not a lot to do really. We
Mm-hmm.
we just hang out with each other, spend the night at friends' houses, go to the movies in a local town called Carrollton.
Okay.
We'll go to Atlanta sometimes and go to like Top Golf, arcades, stuff like that. But usually
Mm-hmm.
just around here in Bremen, we'll just play pickup basketball or hide and seek, stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's really just a
Mm.
small town. It's not like a bunch of commercial building where you can go
Yeah.
entertain yourself.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. We talked about it before in terms of that team bonding, but and we talked about the fact that you need to, sort of de-stress, kick back. But you got some great hobbies. The fact that you're one of the top-rated disc golfers for your age in Georgia. You won several tournaments, hole-in-ones. You like to fish with your family and friends, hanging out with your friends, playing video games, and pick up basketball, and going to Atlanta Hawks, games with your family. Just great, I said, activities in terms of just being really to clear your mind, relax, take a deep breath, talk about those moments that you're able to, I mean, especially that, with the top, with disc golf, I'm sure that that's again something that has just been, something, that you really hang your hat on. And, it's something you're proud of as well.
I devote a lot of time to disc golf. Basketball is my main, but disc golf is
Mm-hmm.
definitely my second. I really like it because there's just so much freedom in it. I can just go out and practice,
Yeah.
and I'm just out there, in nature by myself, just clear my mind. It's peaceful. I
Mm.
can just focus in on one shot at a time. It's nice to like have won all those tournaments and like see that I'm one of the top rated, and I actually classified as a professional the other day.
Oh,
Um,
congratulations. That's great.
Thank
Yeah.
you. But yeah, if you've never tried it, you just got to get out there and try it.
Yeah.
It's relaxing and calm, and it just helps you clear your mind. Also, I have buddies on the basketball team that go out there and play with me when we have off days. It also keeps you nice and loose because I mean
Yeah.
it's not like it's not really physical, but I mean you're just walking a lot and it's keeping your muscles loose, keeping
Yeah.
you relaxed and limber.
Yeah, no, again, that's terrific to hear. Hey, let's talk about your dreams and goals. And you have many of them, and the dreams are to get an offer from a school. You said where you can contribute, a coach believes in you, you can further your education, and you want to finish, of course, college, get into architecture, building construction, and hey, the way things are shaping up, you might play professional, be a professional disc golf here, said after it's all said and done. And then your goals are, as you said before, you mentioned you want to finish high school with all A's, enjoying senior night, finishing the basketball season off with a couple wins, and trying to make noise in the region tournament and make the playoffs, making first team all region, getting selected the regional all-star game after the season ends, and then of course playing basketball in college. I mean, that's good. I mean, it's great. The fact that you set the bar so high, set your standards. I'm sure, that's something, you definitely was in the works and you had planned out, but, to see, on me, the majority of those coming to fruition and already panning out for you, that's going to be great, that the fact that, you started from there and then just to see where you are at this point, just what comes to your mind here, Cade?
It is great to see a lot of those starting to pan out and actually seem like dreams are coming true.
Yeah.
The number one I'm really focused on right now is definitely playing basketball in college and getting an offer.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say probably tied with that is closing out the season with some wins and making noise in the region tournament, because it's not all about me. It's
Yeah.
more about my team and finishing the season strong the best we can.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey, I think you're just again the perfect role model. I truly say this, because I think you're just the all around, said student athlete, and I think you really could offer some much needed advice and a message for the younger kids and athletes out there. I mean, been playing sports. I said since you're what 5 years old, so it's very competitive out there, and we talk about social media. So it's just like that there's so much to navigate there and try to separate yourself from the rest of the pack. So I'm wondering, what would you say to them as they just try to figure out, look, what sport, may I want to play? If I'm playing basketball, how do I, try to be hopefully one day like Cade Costanzo? I mean, I'm wondering what you would say to them out there.
I would say do what you love. You don't get a lot of time on this earth, and you don't want to waste
Mhm.
it doing something that you don't enjoy. So I would just experiment with a lot of things and just figure out what you love and just continue to do that. If your mind changes, just move to what you love next and just
Yeah.
enjoy your life. Be yourself.
Yeah. Sound advice, spot on. I think you said it perfectly here, Kate. Hey, you get the last word and message, and well deserved. For family, friends, teammates, coaches, on the varsity basketball team, the student body, administration, athletic department, Bremen High School. So I just wanted to give you the floor. And anybody so you definitely. I'm sure there are people you want to thank. Who have really been there every step of the way for you in this journey.
Obviously, I want to say thank you to my family for everything that they've done. Immediate family, extended family, all of them. They've all supported me and done a lot for me. I'd probably have to say thank you to my coach next. He's shared a lot of my stuff, helped me get my name out there more, just showed people what I can really do, and just believed in me throughout my high school career since he's gotten here to Bremen. Um,
Mhm.
I would have to say thank you to the school board and just the student body. They've all supported me, always been behind me, always just lifted me up when I felt down, supported me when I made a big shot, cheered, everything like that. Next, I'll probably have to say thank you to somebody I haven't really talked about yet, which is my girlfriend.
Okay.
We've been dating for almost 2 years, and she's been very supportive of my basketball journey, coming to every game, riding with my parents, hours, AAU tournaments, coming to everything she can, and just supporting me, making sure I have water, everything I need to play good.
That's great. That's just again, it's to have that again, that support system, and that's beautiful to see. Hey, Kate, just again, an incredible honor and privilege being able to speak with you, to listen to your background story. Again, it is inspirational. I think it's motivating I think for a lot of people out there, whether they're athlete or not, and hey, wishing you continued success here in your senior year. On the varsity basketball team at Bremen High School, academically as well, and can't wait to see what you do at the next level in college.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was a pleasure being able to come on here and speak with you and just being on top preps.
Thank you.